Heading back to Ohio. Not starting out going the quickest way, but I want to go past a little town I used to go past a lot. Used to go to a lot. Give you some time lapse. This video got very long, so I'm going to throw in some music. I'm going to do some rambling about a great many topics. Some of them you might find interesting, some of them you might not. So it's up for you to decide. It's a long drive back from the top of Michigan all the way to Dayton, Ohio. I hope you enjoy. Well, Kiki rode on the dash for a little bit, rode on the cooler for a little bit. Now she's heading to the back corner. She'll come back to her coffee pot eventually. Vinny is in his predictable lap spot. Still got color here for a little bit. Turning right onto US 31 South. Eventually. It's a Saturday. Oh, I gotta tell you, YouTubers, that's a relief. I tried to do an update video. I don't know what it came out as, but I'll do a little ramble. Eddie's older. Eddie's like 20. And when you RV in an older vehicle, I'm learning. I had a few years where nothing ever went wrong. And now I've had a couple where things go wrong. You gotta relax, calm down. I was fortunate that I made it to a place where my aunt was, and the only thing that was helpful was I could take the cats to her place while Eddie was at the repair shop. So that was helpful, that they weren't in there freaking out, or I didn't have to lug them around. I boondocked for 2 nights in her complex parking lot. It went really easy. When you got a small Class B, I just ran the engine and the heater off the engine for a few minutes, and it did just great. So I didn't even run my furnace, and I was able to run my heated mattress pad off the inverter, and I also ran it off my starting to fail Duracell battery pack, but I was able to run it off the 12-volt outlet on that. I think my inverter's going bad. But all that said, when you're RVing, you just gotta relax. You know, I wasn't thrilled. I knew something was wrong, pretty wrong. But now he's got new bearings, and they should be good for a long time. And hopefully I can do a trip or two where, you know, I don't have to go to a garage or tires or whatever. And that's kind of the reason. I know his hood is getting really bad. At first it was a little character, now it's not character, it just looks bad. But it seems like something else comes up that I gotta spend the money on that makes me keep putting that off. I know I could try to do it myself. I've had all the stuff in AutoZone to repaint the hood, but I've just seen even some of the better homemade DIY jobs not look so great. And no offense to anybody out there that's sure they can make it look great with spray cans from AutoZone. I'm sure you can. I'm sure I can't. Steady hand and patience hasn't always been my best thing. So very soon, very, very soon, I just need to get it into Mako. See how they can do a cheap job on it. If there's some little dents, if they can paint it without having to take all the tiny dents out, that would be great. Not sure how long it'll hold up doing it that way, but we'll see. But it's all part of life, you know. let's not stop. Let's not all stop. All stop. You just gotta keep your cool. Don't throw things around. Don't start saying, woe is me. You know? Or when you say it for a minute and then move on, because I try to always be upbeat and positive, but I gotta say again, there are times I get frustrated and I act stupid for a couple minutes. You know, usually I come back pretty quickly to normal. Far quicker than I used to years ago. I used to get mad and frustrated much quicker than I tend to now, which is a great thing to try to do when you're RVing, to try to have some patience and, you know, life. Oftentimes things seem like the end of the world and everything works out. It's usually just a matter of how much it's going to cost. And I was fortunate with this. I didn't put anything on the credit card. I was gonna, and then I figured, well, they hooked me up there, so I paid in cash. Most people prefer cash over credit, so I won't run up any interest debt on this. Alright, so that's enough rambling. Everything worked out for the best, and I'm carrying on. Should be dark by the time I get back. I'm guessing 9-10 o'clock. I hate for my trips to end, but I also get at the point where, okay, I'll be a little relieved after this little hiccup just to be back. Honor, Michigan, this is where the cottage we always came up to is. I'm not going to go by it. I had planned to, but it's already pretty late. So, I know it would only add a half an hour, but I'll go by the places that are right by the road. This town hasn't changed too much over the years. One of the few. Cherry Bowl. It's an old school drive-in that's still open and running, you know, in the summer and all. But I've been there many times. Alright, had to put the battery pack on. I thought I charged the GoPro, but I didn't. This is Beulah. If there's anything famous about Beulah, Michigan, it's probably the Cherry Hut and Crystal Lake. All right, there's Crystal Lake.
Turn right, then turn right.
There's always something extra special about revisiting childhood places. I had to do the drive-bys, and already regret not driving by the cottage, but pressed for time. This area was my best memory from teenage years. Hungry tummy. That was tradition. We would go there for pizza. It was always a great reward for doing at least 200 bags of leaves in 3 days. don't need no more issues, please. Wish I could say where we're going, we don't need any roads. There used to be a Ben Franklin store right here on the left. It's now an Ace. True Value. I don't think there's any Ben Franklin stores anywhere anymore. I think it was one of the last ones up here. That blinking light ahead, when I was a kid, we always came up late. And it was always middle of the night after grown-ups got off work. And you can see that yellow blinking light from a ways, and we get all excited. We're almost there. All right, this is 115 heading eastish, southeastish. And record more later. I saw another sign for the North Country Trail. It's taunting me, wanting me to hike the whole thing. I don't think so. Still on 115. Welcome to Cadillac.
It's nice to get away from the reindeer sometimes.
It is nice to get away from the reindeer sometimes. State Park Campground on your left. I see no campers. Tell if, oh, there's campers back there. It's not closed. And I've pointed out every time I've been by here recently, up here on your right, there used to be a restaurant called the Frosty Cup, just on this side of the water where that sign is. It burnt down a few years ago. So sad. We stopped there every time coming back for breakfast. We get here about breakfast. I don't know if the breakfast was as great as I thought it was, but I always looked forward to it. Alright, so that was Cadillac. Maybe in a little bit I'll record some more because the clouds might look cool sped up to those that like that stuff. But for now, I'll take a break and then it'll start right back up again for you. So I'll end up doing a wrap-up video, but all I'll say is if you're looking for a place to go for fall, this fall's over, 2018 fall, you got to get further south than here. But if you're looking for someplace special for fall, I really do think the UP was pretty amazing. I had a lot of rain, so you can't capture the beauty with a camera to start with. And with rain and overcast and not the best lighting in the world, I still think it came through as pretty beautiful in some of the pictures. So Maine's nice. There's lots of nice places to go, first of all, but I think the UP, pretty awesome place to go. I enjoyed myself thoroughly. And once I get back to Ohio, I'll be on that property looking thing that I do again. Going by all these little cabins and houses with fires coming out of their chimneys and all that. Oh, easy. But again, pretty darn beautiful up here. All right, this is junction 10. We're getting on 10. 315 and all is well. Other than Vinny on my leg. Right, Vin? Hold on, brother. Oh, that's so unnecessary, all kinds of stuff. To get off at 10 onto 75. Back to the entire world passing me as we go over the Zilwaukee Bridge. That was the Zilwaukee Bridge. Congratulations, you made it. Staying on 23 towards Ohio through that bad city. Just a lot of traffic passing me. Not a lot to see. I'll talk later. 5 o'clock and all is well. Closing it on Ann Arbor, I think. Kind of zoning out, just letting the GPS tell me where to go. Some color down here. There's the blimp behind the trees. There's a blimp over Michigan Stadium. Let's hope it's going poorly for them. Not that Ohio State. All right, we'll ramble about that for a bit. Ohio State stinks. They're playing Nebraska today. With any luck, they should beat them, but God knows what team shows up anymore. But the one thing I wanted to say is I'm a pretty big Yankee fan. I can lose control over that. Pretty big Ohio State fan. But I finally realized they're 18 to 22-year-old kids. Everybody needs to calm down. And the other, I have a pet peeve, and it's people that say we. You're not playing. You're eating chicken wings on your sofa just like the rest of us. I know that with sports teams, we like to have our tribe or whatever, and for a lot of people it helps their identity by being a fan of someone. But don't say we. You didn't play. But I guess maybe they'll pull their heads out and Ohio State will start playing better, but yikes. So if all continues to go the way it is and not look so great, maybe they can at least spoil Michigan's season. Or, as Ohio State fans often say, TTUN, that team up north, because they won't even use the M word. That's my ramble about that. It's 5:46, and it's pretty. We'll let the camera run for a little bit. It's December 4th, and that was a beatdown that Ohio State put on TTUN. Gonna ramble about it in a little bit more. So election day's coming up. I saw a few ads up here, and if I was in Michigan, I'd vote for that lady that, I don't know her name, she just keeps saying fix the damn roads already, and she says damn like it's a bad thing, you know. Let's just fix the damn roads. All right, you got my vote, lady. I can't vote because I'm not from here, but fix the damn roads. That person wins. Okay, a little more dub over about Ohio State. I think there's going to be a lot of Buckeye fans that are not as happy next season. If you live in Ohio, all the controversy that went about with Urban Meyer and his assistant coach and all that, What you know is a little bit different than what the national media reported, but it was still sad to see him retire today. I think he got the short end on that deal, and his health issues seem true, but it's a big loss. Made it back to Ohio. Back to Ohio State stuff for those that care. For those of you who don't, I apologize. But Coach Day's got a tough act to follow. Urban never lost more than one regular season game his whole time at Ohio State. And there are probably pizza parties and mass hysteria going on all Big Ten campuses today. Well, according to the radio, I was wrong. Michigan is spanking Penn State right now. 42-0 midway through the fourth quarter. Uh-oh. Well, I heard the score. Ohio State beat Nebraska 36-31, and that's not saying much, so I don't know. All those Buckeye fans, and many of my friends, again, I'm a Buckeye fan. Well, that loss will be good. We'll come back and blah, blah, blah. First they say we, and you don't get to say we. And second, I don't know. The team's got some serious issues. And Michigan, I haven't seen a down of them play, but they look pretty good. Carrying on. Should be 9-ish when I get there. I gotta stop for gas again. 2.49 a gallon as opposed to 2.99. I'll take that. As you can see, it's dark because it's 7:15, and I got about 2 hours left to drive. I'm back in Ohio, and I don't want to say it, but I got my block of wood. I got my good luck duck, and I'm gonna keep carrying on. Talk later. More Buckeye stuff. As a realistic Ohio State fan, I don't think they got screwed over not making a top 4. That Purdue loss, you can't get past it. Don't speed in construction zones. Deserve that ticket. Right, if I'm not talking, there's no sense showing you night driving, is there? 68 more miles to go. This is what Ohio at night looks like. Well, YouTubers, let me get over here out of the way. Trip is over. Another great trip. Fall weather in the UP was fantastic. I'm gonna do a real recap. Someone's going super slow. You drunk or something? More for the Buckeye fans. Don't be disappointed about the Rose Bowl. It's a great thing to go do. And even though most likely Ohio State would beat Oklahoma, the regular season matters, so enjoy the Rose Bowl. Maybe in the future, if you're planning a place to go for fall next year, maybe these videos will be helpful. That's all I got. It is 9 o'clock, so not too bad, about 8-hour drive. And knock on wood, Eddie's gonna get me the last few miles. And I hope you enjoyed the videos again, and I hope that you have a great and wonderful day. I think the cats were pleased to get back in the house, and then it was time for me to eat. All right, first meal back, G&K's pasty. Awesomeness. I guess if I can't be in the UP anymore, I'll bring back a taste of the UP. Have a great and wonderful day.